Hello everybody, welcome back to the second day of the GameMaker's ToolKit Gamejam, which I just want to say is pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to releasing this tomorrow. See how good it is compared to everyone else really. So I think I fixed the bug where when you move to the right it goes down if you click really fast. It's not fixed on this side yet, on going left, but it is fixed on the right. Seems everything is working, nothing's broken. Perfect. So there's no way up, which I don't think I'm going to have a way to get up because that would require a lot of work. Let's see, that works to go down. Cool. It's good news, good news. Alright, let's fix it on the left and also add durability to the down attack, because that, I mean, you could just skip to the end really quickly, which would be a problem. Like, you could just go straight down like this, which, you know, doesn't really work out too well. Alright, so as you can see the bars up there, you may ask, red again? Are you serious? Don't worry, this game's not going to be entirely red. I haven't added all the other colours yet, so I'm using red. I think this bar is actually going to be in red because red represents the lowest grade, and you start with the lowest grade. So the bar will be in red, but it will eventually change depending on upgrades. I'm not sure if I'll be able to implement that before I have to release this. Anyway, let's look at this, shall we? Ready? Yeah. Now if we go boom, yep. Now there's no way to recuperate it, but it still lets you continue, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to make it so it stops you from continuing until you've recuperated. But first I need to add a way to get that stuff back. I think we might have a working system here. So first we go down, it decreases the sword health. Then we can go to the right or to the left, it doesn't matter. You gotta destroy 3 of the tiles to recuperate 1 sword XP. Oh, and now it's gone above above 5, because I haven't set it above 5 yet. I haven't made it possible to do that yet. And it should prevent us from continuing, and it does not. But it should prevent us, yeah, it does prevent us from doing left or right attack. Never mind, it seems to... Oh, that was just because I managed to hit the floor and hit it. Okay. Now I should be able to go to there. I don't appear to be getting any... Oh, right, because every time I went down it decreased it below the possible amount. Alright, now I go boom, yeah, boom. Now I shouldn't be able to do that anymore. Okay, good, that works. All I need to do is add the possibility to be above the bar, to be above 5, and also the possibility to remove the being able to dig down without any sword health. Everything should be done now. Goes down, goes down, goes down, goes down, goes down, and it doesn't let you go down anymore, or to the right or to the left. Now let's get more health. Let's go up all the way to 10. Alright, let's see now if when I do one attack it goes down. Nope. Oh, okay, it goes to 1 above the bar. That's alright, but I'd prefer if it didn't do that, so I'll fix that. Mine a bunch again, just to make sure I'm above it. It seems to reset for some reason. I wonder why that is. That is peculiar. Maybe I should be just, like straight up just drawing the variable somewhere on screen. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'm now drawing the variable of the sword on the player so that we can keep track here when we go up above 10, or if we go up above 10, that is. Can't seem to go to 11. I wonder why that resets. Has it got something to do with the amount of XP? Huh, I'll also go set it so it draws the XP. Alright, I've also made it so it starts with 9 sword health. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't get reset, okay. 1, 2, 3. That's where it goes wrong. Okay. It's when I've... So if I go... Yeah, okay. It's basically when I've got 3 XP built up. I'm not resetting the XP unless it gives itself health. That's the problem. Okay. Okay, it should be easy enough fixed, I think. It was literally just moving one curly bracket and it fixed the problem. Well, that was a waste of 5 minutes. That's cool. We discovered something. So now when I collect 2 and go up, it doesn't. Okay. Nice. That's good. I'm considering making it so it resets the sword fix every time you use sword health. I'm at -1 right now. I didn't realize that was possible to get to negative. Oh, it's because you're spawning 2 at once. Right. Okay. So for that sort of attack, I need to make it so sword health is greater than 1. Greater than 2, actually. Okay. Alright, this should work now. Now we have to go down quite a ways. I suppose it uses up more if we do it like this. Okay, now this should not let me attack to the right. It doesn't. But thinking on it, if we do this... Oh, well, obviously it's reset me now. Now if we attack to the right or the left... If we attack to the left right now, it should still let us do it. But that's a lot of extra coding for a small bug that doesn't really matter too much. So I'm not going to fix that. I'm going to get started on the enemy programming now. I lied. I'm not going to get started on the enemy programming. I am going to get to work on playing Downwell, because I've got to take advantage of this being Gamejam based on Downwell. Here we are. Okay, I'm going to try to play this super seriously. Right now it is 9:15 in the morning, so it's the first 24 hours have passed. I'm over halfway through the Gamejam. Here I am playing Downwell, but you know, it's a good break. I'm going to kill this now. Told you. This guy. I messed up. I like killing every creature sometimes, it's fun. Alright, let's get some gems here. So, we still have to add enemies, we still have to add all sorts of stuff. But I don't think we're too far away from the... We're not too far away from being able to release the... actually being happy with releasing the game. Obviously I'd like to polish it as much as I can. But I I want to get it into a state where it's at least decently playable. Shouldn't be too hard either, because basically everything else is just variations of what already exists, except for the enemy. Are you kidding me? One worm? That's all that's left? There's no way I can kill it, is there? Oh, whatever. So, this game is basically, if you love Splunky, you'll love this. I know yesterday I did link in the description to this game, and once again I'm going to be doing that because this game deserves so much more praise than it gets. Although it does get quite a bit of praise, it deserves even more. It's, well, it's not quite as mythical as Splunky because it's very much inspired upon Splunky. It's not long after Splunky, but it definitely does deserve a lot of praise still. I am completely trash. Okay, this time I'm gonna not die. He says right before dying. Let's go for the regular Downwell style. I don't like this style too much because I actually don't like the black and white aesthetic too much. I think I'd prefer it more if it was actually inverted, so the background was, the important things were in black and the less important things were in white. But that's just how I see it. My game obviously is not going to have an immediately understandable art style, because I am not great at art, but this game certainly does have that. Oh, I did forget to mention last time as well that, well yesterday, I forgot to mention that you should probably go watch all of GameMaker's ToolKit's videos, because they are all excellent and high quad. Come on, I thought I jumped there. This is a bad situation I'm in right now. I need a break, and I was very close to dying there. Go back to the pastel art style. It's much lighter on the eyes as well. I'd like to go in this shop. 2 charge, that's what I wanted. I forgot the speed of the laser. Oh, never mind, you can go as fast as you click. That must have just been me being horrible at this game. Ah, darn. I keep seeing moments where I can... Oh, darn, these freaking wall things die. Health, please. Thank you. Music here is awesome. It's a shame this is not health, but oh well. Why did I always find this so difficult? Maybe it's because I always arrived here at 1 health? Maybe because I usually get more spikes as well than this. I think this is pretty lucky to have so few spikes. I'd like to get 2 HP, but 1 will do. I didn't think of that. The spikes. Okay, you can just stand and you can get rid of them. The ghosts, I mean. Wow, this is my new record. This game's also great because it's a roguelike, and it's my favourite genre is roguelike. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Yep, there we are. Well, I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And we got a new palette. Well, we gotta try the new palette. Kill. Kill. Come here and die. Oh darn, I wanted to get in that shop. Oh well, it's fine. I don't think it was a shop actually, it was an upgrade area. Well, I am going to stop recording here because the more I record, the longer the video is and the longer it takes to render and the less time I have to make the game. So, let's get back to game development. Alright, so as you can see, I have created an interesting system, it seems. This is peculiar. I still haven't got rid of the variables. It seems that these enemies are not moving, which is a problem. Oh, I never made the enemies check actively if there was anything colliding with them. So if it's basically not, they never try to move. That's the problem. It's not that they can't, it's just they never try. So this I ignore the enemy at the moment. Okay, well, this is peculiar. Let me go here and take a screenshot. So I have replaced the enemy with an object called GameMaker, which basically did the same thing as the enemy did. This I think is interesting. But I suppose it does create these long stretches where it could potentially make a hole going straight down. I can refresh the game several times here. Like over here, if we go, just did not mean to jump. If we go here, we can get down to almost the end without needing to reload our sword. I mean, obviously, you don't start usually with 9 sword durability, but still, like, there we are, won the game. It was that easy. I'm not sure if I want to keep the caves like this, but I kind of like it at the same time, because we can keep restarting here. Okay, this isn't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway done with the game, more than halfway done with the game, and I didn't need to break any blocks with my, I call it pickaxe, with the to the left or to the right. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess around with this system, but I really do like the look of it, and I think it adds some interest to the game. As you can see anyway, the random elements are already coming into play. So I think now it's time to add, to actually work on the enemy finally. I might make it where it just spawns it wherever you click for now. and then I'll work on the enemy spawning system afterwards. So I quickly came to steal some code from Use Words to Collect, or UWC. The code for making an object follow the mouse. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing, so I can so that I can spawn enemies. I basically just click and it will spawn the enemy there. I do also want the code for it to be locked in a grid, which I believe this grid's going to be the same. This is 64 by 64 actually, so I can't really... Actually, yes, I can measure it. Yeah, it should be the same. Okay. Right, well, let's place that back there and not disrupt anything, shall we? Alright, let's go back to the Gamejam with that code now. Alright, let's see if it works. Does not appear to. I'm going to change these variables to represent if an enemy is spawned. Alright, finally I think this should work. Yes. Does it keep going? Yes, it does, unfortunately. Okay, that means that code does not work. This is just going to keep going forever. So I think what my problem was that when I was cooking before, I set the position of the mouse at the beginning of the game and not during the game, so it wasn't constantly being reset. So wherever my mouse was at the beginning of the game was where it would be for the whole of it. So now that is fixed. Should be fixed now. So when this thing arrives here, it should not continue going. Nice, okay. So now all I need to do is set the variable so it will continue, so it will bounce back and go this way. I think finally it should be working. Let's start it here in the middle. No. I wonder why that is. Because what should be happening is the direction checker should be spawning a right checker here, which to the enemy it treats as if it's got to go this way. Alright, let's see. Finally, I think it should work now. Please. Finally, this should work in both directions now, and it shouldn't crash, hopefully. It gets stuck. That's painful. There we are. I basically just hadn't set the time correctly. I set it to 2 ticks instead of 3 ticks. And now it works. Alright, now it's time to do the same, but this time for gravity. First of all, there's that when it's normal movement, with its normal movement. I wanted to check what would happen if it started next to a corner. Okay, that's fine. Now let's try it like up here, or up here. I forgot to set it so it spawns the checker, so obviously nothing's gonna work. I'll change the order of my code now, it should work. Nope. It suddenly started working. These enemies are combined, so they're moving super fast, but that's actually interesting. That's actually ooh, I really like that mechanic. Wait a second. Does it speed up even more when it's 3? Oh well. Okay, that's a thing that happens. I'm gonna have to make it so the enemy is destroyed when it enters the blocks. But still, wait a second. Has it gone faster? Seems to go really fast now, which is cool. Okay, I think that's a good mechanic. But the gravity does occasionally work. That's peculiar. There, it worked. Does it only work when it's going to the right? Yes, okay, then I know what it is. It's a problem with timing. This will turn around now, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, this should work now. Yes, there we are. Seems to work. Now I wanted to check something. What happens when an enemy gets stuck in a... Okay, it goes through it. Okay, it should work now, so... That goes there, goes along, place one there, place... Oh, whoops. Oh no, they have combined. That's alright, okay. Place that there, place one here. It should not move. Okay, great. So basically all I did was make it so when it collides with the bumper, the thing that makes it go the other way, I make it so it doesn't actually go the other way immediately. It only goes the other way if its direction is already set in that direction. And so when the bumper collides with it, it basically just sets its direction to there. So right now what's happening is I'm going to go this way. Never mind, I'm going to go this way. Never mind, I'm going to go this way. Never mind. So that's what's happening right now. And this seems to be working. I did actually think of a solution that I could do in the future when enemies fall on top of each other, which is not like that, but when enemies fall on top of each other, right now what happens is one of them gets destroyed because it gets teleported into the ground, and I've made it so the ground destroys it now. One way to fix that would be to make it that enemies can combine, so when they mix, one changes to be a better version of that enemy. But right now there is only one version, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I think it's now time to find a way to spawn these enemies around the map slightly randomly, a bit like I'm doing right now. A bit like this. I expect that in the final version it'll be a higher concentration of enemies in the lower area here, because that's where the enemies it's going to get harder the lower you go. So the first 10 tiles is like level 1. It'll have the red and the yellow tiles, and fewer enemies. Then there's the medium level, which is the next 10, which will be red, yellow and blue, less red and equal amount of blue as there is red, and more yellow. Then the bottom one will have 0 red, only blue and yellow, and less yellow than blue. I think that makes sense. And the enemies will be more concentrated down here. So far there isn't actually any combat with these enemies, so the player doesn't interact with them at all at the moment. As you'll see here, no interaction, just sort of goes through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a health system where I'll get damaged if I collide with an enemy. Am I going to do that now though? Yes, I'm going to make the health system right now. So as you can see, the game is running at 8 FPS, which, you know, is not great. So we are back to not having any enemies at all, because I need to try solving this frame rate issue. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. How many enemies can we handle? If we have, let's say, 2 enemies on this floor, 3 here, let's say 4 here. We can handle that. So really our problem is just the spawning protocols, which, I don't know, there's got to be a way to make this work better, because this isn't affecting the frame rate at all. I realized I could just change these variables to both be, well, I'll change these variables to both be 0, and it looks like eyes. That will work. It'd make the game, make the character look more than just a square, because I don't think I'm going to be adding any textures before tomorrow, because of the amount of effort that doing so would entail. Alright, here we are. Let's see what these proportions are like, and let's also test to see, oh, it's being buggy with it. Let's see if the mining works. Seems to. So you get 2 mining points every time you mine this. So like if I went to do that and I mined this, it would refill me up to as you can see, the second number on my thing there indicates to me the mining points. Alright. Alright, falling should also work. It appears to. Cool. I realised earlier I said I was going to do the sword, not the sword, the health, and I totally didn't do that. I was preoccupied doing other things. So now I will do that right now. So health has now been added. As you can see, the time is, let me get my watch, it's 9:15 in the evening, and I haven't recorded anything in quite a while because I realised how huge the video was getting. I also haven't made a lot of progress, as you can see, other than the health system. So if I spawn an enemy, my health will go down, and down, and down, down, till I die and the game resets. So, the way I see it right now, I have 2 paths ahead of me. Either I edit either I continue game jamming all night long without getting any sleep and really polish the game a lot, or I go to bed as soon as possible and get up as soon as possible to work on the game until I have to stop at 9. Actually, I'll probably have to stop beforehand because I'll have to upload it to itch.io as well, which I've never done that before, so I'm not sure how long that takes. What a lot of stuff I must do still. I've still got to... Okay, the list of things I've got to do. I've got to add a tutorial. I wouldn't mind adding a few animations if possible, but I'm assuming that's not possible. I've got to make it so enemies spawn. That, I think I've finally figured out what to do for that. And I've got to add 2 more levels. Well, I'm calling levels. There's these top 10. Well, you know, top 10 here. That I didn't count them. What I was just clicking, but top 10 is the red and yellow level. Middle is red, yellow, and blue, and bottom is red, yellow. No, is yellow and blue. So. And then past that is victory. So I need to add a victory screen. There's 2 levels. Enemies. Enemies already programmed. I just need to add the spawning of enemies. And that's it, I think. Maybe health, a way to regen health would be interesting. Yeah, that might work. Sure. Anyway, I think I'm choosing the path to do things in the morning, and hopefully I won't regret it. I think getting a good amount of sleep is the best choice, because I'll make poor decisions. I'm already started making poor decisions. Ever since I had to make this health bar, I've been making a ton of poor decisions because and scrapping everything I worked on, because the health bar, I copy pasted this to make this, but what in hindsight what I should have done is just completely started remaking it from scratch, because I ended up having to look through a list of if statements and changing everything to be for this health bar, which not only did it have a different sprite name, it also had a different position on the screen. So that was a nightmare to do, and my brain has been fried since then. So I just finished editing the video, and it's 32 minutes long. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to go to sleep, and then tomorrow get up as soon as possible and be able to work on the game, hopefully for a good few hours. It's going to be tough, but crunch is how developers live their life, right?